Welcome to Serenade All Suites in Punta Cana. It's an adults-only, all-inclusive resort in the Punta Cana area of Dominican Republic. If you're looking for a laid-back resort with a good pool scene, a calm beach, and a price tag that won't make your wallet scream, this might be your place. We vacationed here, and we're going to tell you all about it. In this review, I'll walk you through everything, the good, the not so good, and some helpful tips that we learned during our stay that can make or break your stay. If you're sick of wading through AI-generated reviews made by people who've not even been to the resorts that they're reviewing, then this is the channel for you. Like and subscribe, and let's get into it. This is Serenade All Suites. This is the arrivals area. You may notice right away that check-in at Serenade's All Suites is efficient. It's not necessarily elegant. You won't get a cool towel or a welcome drink or someone singing you in with a ukulele. You'll wait in line, hand over your passport, and get your wristband, which also doubles as your room key, and you'll fill out a little bit of paperwork. There's no real waiting area, so just be prepared to stand for a bit. They'll also hand you towel cards. Now, treat these things like currency, because without one, you're not getting a pool towel, you lose it, and you're paying for it. Same thing with the wristband. If it starts to come off, get them to replace it before there's any risk of losing it. Just off of the lobby, there's a very nice bar, a great place to decompress after travel or while waiting for your room. The bartenders were friendly and they make a decent cocktail. Serenade All Suites is rated 4.6 out of 5 on TripAdvisor and 4.7 out of 5 on Google Reviews. So you can bet we were curious about this resort. It is less than half of the price of the nearby Secrets Resorts and Excellence properties, and it gets great reviews. This is something that we wanted to check out for ourselves. Serenade is about 15 minutes from the Punta Cana International Airport, which is great if you're not in the mood for that long shuttle bus ride after your flight. Now, quick tip for those with late departures. There are free courtesy showers on the family side, and the bellhops will happily escort you. You can also continue using the resort facilities after you check out at no extra charge. Now, if you want to keep your room longer, it was $25 per hour at the time of our visit, but it's not guaranteed, so you can check out with the front desk if that's an option if you want it. I know I jumped from check-in right to check-out, but I just wanted to let you know that if you have a late night flight home like we did, then you have some options to spend the day relaxing at the resort, go have a quick shower, grab a cab back to the airport, and it's all great. Let's jump in and talk about the different rooms, or suites. There are 325 suites across 10 different room categories here. There are also different levels of all-inclusive depending on which room category you book. Most include what they call the all-inclusive luxury package, and others include the elite all-inclusive package. We'll break them all down in a separate video, but overall, the rooms are simple, modern, and surprisingly functional. Great storage, a well-stocked minibar with beer and soft drinks, a few snacks, and generally the room has a clean layout. If you book a garden view suite, just know there are roosters, and they do not believe in sleeping in. Now, I didn't mind, but if you're a light sleeper, use a white noise app on your phone or bring earplugs. Or just embrace the rural wake-up call. Now, there's no turn-down service here, and the housekeeping team keeps things simple. They're not speedy, but our room was consistently clean. For a resort in this price category, the room exceeded our expectations. Now, I did a short video room tour of our entry-level room, and I'll link it here if you haven't seen it already. And about the butler service mentioned on the website, well, that's only for specific suite categories when you dig into the fine print. If you book a basic room, don't expect a butler to appear out of the palm trees. We handled most of our requests at the front desk concierge, and they were helpful. If you've stayed here and had butler services, please comment below and let me know what that was like, and if you would book a room with butler services again, and why. This is a fairly compact resort, but that's one of the things I actually really liked about it. There are 3 pools, 2 are more relaxed, and 1 has an awesome swim-up bar right in the center. We've done a separate full walkthrough video that shows you the resort and helps you get the lay of the land, so be sure to watch that one if you're considering this resort for your next vacation. The vibe here is easygoing, and the pool chairs are padded and comfortable. The pools are not heated though, so in the winter months it might be a bit on the brisk side. There were a few activities going on throughout the day, but certainly not a lot. Now here's an example of what you can expect. Maybe one day there'll be water aerobics, an Ironman, pool volleyball, and a neon party at night. 3 or 4 things, that's about it. It's not really an activity-focused resort even at the pools, so keep that in mind if an active pool scene is important to you. We found that a few times it was challenging to find a chair at the more active pool area, but we could often find one at the quiet pool nearest to the lobby, and because the resort is not very big, it really wasn't an issue. There's also a very cool rooftop infinity pool that's for all suites guests and preferred club adults at the next door family resort Serenade Punta Cana. This is a great spot for a swim with a cocktail and some gorgeous, gorgeous views. Now let's talk about the beach. The sand is soft and powdery, but the water, it's calm, shallow, and a little grassy on the bottom. Not your classic turquoise and white postcard. There's a seaweed barrier, but of course some still gets through. And also the beach could use a little more attention when it comes to trash cleanup, in my opinion. Still, if you're here to sunbathe, sip a drink, play beach volleyball, and wade in gently, this place is going to do the trick. There are plenty of lounge chairs and palapas on the beach, as you can see, and there's a little food truck if you're feeling peckish and you don't want to leave your beach chair. Let's just have a good look around the beach so you get a good idea of what it's like at Serenade. If you're familiar with the beaches in Bavaro or Uvero Alto, you should know that this area is a little bit different. Calmer waters and a more grassy bottom. Now if you enjoy snorkeling off the beach or just wading into some calm Caribbean waters, then this is a good choice. Unlike many other Punta Cana resorts, we didn't see any smoking in public areas. There were designated smoking areas at Serenade All Suites. There are 5 restaurants on the All Suites side of the complex, and this is where things have changed since they opened. It used to be that All Suites guests had free-flowing access to the Punta Cana family side, including their restaurants. This is no longer the case. Only elite-level all-inclusive grants access to the Serenade Punta Cana restaurants and bars. If you are just booked in a normal suite, then the luxury all-inclusive package only has access to the on-site restaurants. There's the Market Buffet restaurant, which is open for breakfast and dinner daily. The Brasseria is a Rodizio-style steakhouse. Koi is their Asian cuisine. It has separate menus for sushi, a la carte, and even teppanyaki. La Palapa it leans into Caribbean cuisine for lunch and Italian cuisine for dinner. The Ocean Buffet restaurant, it's open for lunch. The Gourmet restaurant is exclusively for all suites guests or preferred level guests from Punta Cana, and it's located on the Punta Cana side by the preferred club pool. And there's also room service, which is available on the app, and you place your order via the chat. Room service is a fairly simple menu, but it does the job. You need to make reservations for the a la cartes at Serenade via the app. Now, we found their app a bit glitchy, but we did ask for some guidance from the front desk, and they were helpful in sorting out reservations for us. The app is glitchy, but before you really get angry about it, just go and ask a concierge somewhere, and they're happy to help you out. The available times we found were a bit wonky, either 5:30, 6 o'clock, or 9:30 at night, but we're okay to be flexible, so it wasn't really a big issue for us. If you're set on going to see the nightly shows and the entertainment, then I would suggest making those dinner reservations for an earlier time slot. The staff here were generally warm and helpful. Service in the restaurants leaned more casual and kind of unpolished, but not unfriendly. Think laid-back diner rather than Michelin star. Up next are the bars. There's the wet bar, aka the swim-up bar, in the pool, and it's really a focal point. I mean, just look at it. There's the lobby bar, the piano bar. It's kind of a piano bar and lounge. There's a coffee shop. There's a palapa bar at the Palapa restaurant. There's a holding bar. There's Vertigo Disco. It is adults only and it's located on the family side, but it is open from 10:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. There's a Sunset Cocktail Bar up by that rooftop pool we mentioned earlier, and there's the Sandbar right by the beach. In general, the cocktails were well made, and I'll show you one of the bar menus here so you can see there's plenty of variety between cocktails and mocktails. But you don't need to stick to a menu, just ask for what you want. One thing to keep in mind, this resort does operate with a leaner staff. Poolside drink service exists, but you might be fetching your own drink more often than not. Again, at this price point, it is what you should expect. All resorts that are more modestly priced have a lower staff to guest ratio to keep costs in check, so you won't be waited on in the same way you might be at a resort that has more staff serving fewer guests. We are going to create a separate video showing you all of the restaurants and all their menus. When you book an all-inclusive resort, you're paying for all of your food and drinks in advance. So personally, I think it's a really good idea to know what you're paying for before you pay for it. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss that video coming up. There's a really nice spa at the resort, but it's located over on the Serenade Punta Cana side. It was really nice, if a bit too expensive, but I say that a lot, so maybe I'm just too cheap. But if you stay at Serenade All Suites, then you get one complimentary hydrotherapy circuit per guest per stay. Well, that was the case at the time of our visit anyway. It was a really nice hydrotherapy circuit, and I'm going to show you around it here. There is also a decent gym for those who want to get a workout during your vacation, if you're one of those people. I'm not often one of those people, but there are other members of our team that are, so I'm going to tell you there's a gym here. The resort shares entertainment spaces with the family side, so the nightly shows tend to cater to a broader audience. Think family-friendly musicals and themed dance nights. They're fine, but they're not groundbreaking. The rooftop pool and bar that I showed you earlier is great for a sunset cocktail. The piano bar was one of my favorites. Great live musicians, comfy seating, and a classy vibe for your pre-dinner cocktail or post-dinner wind down. There's Vertigo Disco located at the family resort, but even though it's on the family property, it is adults only. Also worth a shout out is the coffee shop. Cozy seating, great espresso drinks, and a nice place to chill and play cards after dinner. Let's wrap things up with a few quick pros and cons in case you're still on the fence about this resort. Some of the pros: great value for an adults only all-inclusive. There's clean modern rooms with solid storage and minibars. It's got a chill vibe with multiple pools, including that great rooftop escape. It's an easy 15-minute ride from the airport, and there's access to both the All Suites and the Punta Cana family side amenities if you book an elite room. Some cons: while the reservation system for restaurants is a bit clunky. Beach is swimmable, but it's not stunning. There's spotty poolside service, now expect to fetch your own drinks. Limited access to the family side unless you book a premium suite, and the entertainment skews towards families due to the shared spaces. So who is this resort best for? I would say couples or small groups looking for a peaceful adults-only getaway without blowing the budget, travelers who value clean rooms, good pools, and a relaxed vibe more than luxury polish, repeat Punta Cana visitors trying out a new spot with a lower price point, and anyone who prefers walking 2 minutes to the bar instead of being lost in a mega resort. Now, this probably isn't the best spot for travelers who expect gourmet dining or top-shelf liquor that's included and is refined. Also not great if you have high expectations and those who prefer white glove service. If you're a beach purist chasing that flawless turquoise stretch of sand that some parts of Punta Cana are known for, this is also not going to be the resort for you. Serenade All Suites is calling itself a luxury resort, and honestly, I don't think I would use the word luxury to describe this resort, for a few reasons. From simple little things like some of our bed pillows not having pillowcases, the duvet not having any type of cover at all, only Presidente beer options, along with one red and one white wine option. As I mentioned, the staff-to-guest ratio is not quite high enough to be considered luxury service levels, and overall the staff training seemed to be missing direction and a bit of refinement. Same goes for maintenance. In the mornings we noticed no one had been around to clean up the garbage or the glasses around the resort and on the beach from the night before, and last night's cocktail glasses were scattered around the pool deck. The security gates separating the two resorts are supposed to be locked and unlocked via your wristband, but they were all broken and showed signs that they had been broken for a while. I'm not pointing out these things to sound like a diva. I'm trying to illustrate that this resort, like all resorts, really needs to be judged according to its price point. We all agreed that it's a really good option for a mid-range priced adults-only resort, and based on what we paid, we would recommend it, and we felt it was a good value for travelers who want a beach and pool vacation with good food, decent cocktails, without the high-end price tag. The food could use some improvement, the reservation system is glitchy, and the service isn't flawless. But the rooms are pretty solid, the vibe is relaxed, and currently the cost is a good overall value for dollar. I have been hearing rumors about Serenade pricing, and if they increase prices to be more in line with luxury resorts like Live Aqua, Excellence, Secrets, or Iberostar Joya, the things that I'm willing to overlook because of the price are not so easily forgiven. And if you're pricing out those luxury suites with the elite price tag, then I would dig a little deeper into comparing other 5-star resorts that fall within that higher budget. Serenade All Suites is a very good resort choice if you have mobility challenges, it is compact in size, and there are good walkways and elevators to get you where you need to go. We enjoyed our stay, and we'd recommend it, as long as you keep your expectations aligned with what you're paying. The allure of this resort for us is its great value for dollar for an adults-only all-inclusive getaway in Punta Cana. Thanks for watching. We hope you appreciate our videos and the time we take out of our vacations to share our experiences with you to help you make an informed decision about where to spend your hard-earned vacation dollars. We are entirely self-funded, we are not sponsored, and no one ever recognizes us. And we do this in order to give you an honest and unbiased experience. If you appreciate this, please consider supporting our channel by using the link in the description to book your next vacation. It is a free way for you to support what we're doing so that we can continue to do it. We'll be diving into all of the restaurants and bars in a separate video, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that one. And we're also going to do one about the different suites and where they're located. And if you've stayed at Serenade All Suites and had a different experience, especially if you did have a butler, drop a comment below. I would love to hear how it went. Until next time, thanks for watching and enjoy planning your next escape. Bye, everybody.